Hello and welcome to your Daily Five. My name is Erin Swenlin with DecisionPoint.com, and I'm here to show you five of the charts that I think are the most important for you to consider going into this week. So let's get right on into it. Before I get started, though, I do want to let everybody know that I do a free live trading room on Mondays. You can go to my website, decisionpoint.com, and there is a picture of me just like this. And you can click on it, click on that register now, and then you will be invited into my trading room, if you will, from noon to 1 Eastern time on Mondays. So hope to see some of you in the room. So first off is our 5-month candlestick chart. I go over this in the Decision Point alert every single market day. And here we go. So what I've been watching is this rising wedge pattern. These are bearish patterns. So the expectation is a break down from that pattern. Now we came down, we tested that 20-day EMA, we failed, the market failed. And now it is continuing lower today. Of course, right now we're only down just a fraction of a percentage point. But we are testing again this rising bottoms trend line that forms the bottom of this wedge. More than likely, what I'm looking for is at least a test of the 50-day EMA, but really looking at a test of this more intermediate term rising bottoms trend line this week. So I'm feeling bearish going into this week. However, there are a few things going on under the surface that could be considered somewhat bullish. So I will be talking about that as well. So first of all, the RSI is negative, so that's not bullish. PMO, the price momentum oscillator, is on a sell signal. And honestly, it's put more distance between it and its signal line than it has in a great deal of time. But you can see the last times it put that kind of margin between it and the signal line, that marked oversold territory. And you can see that the market decided to climb after that. So the PMO is still in decline, but it's now reaching oversold territory. The OBV shows you that we've had a lot of downside volume. That's a lot of distribution that will need to be counteracted in some way by some buying. So there are some oversold signs on our charts. The VIX, I invert my VIX so that oversold is on the bottom. And you can see that the VIX is getting oversold as well. I like to watch for that penetration of that lower Bollinger Band. That's going to usually give you the signal that it is time for a reversal. So we are sitting on some really interesting support, if you will, at the bottom of this wedge. And, you know, the 50-day EMA is waiting. We'll have to see if we can hold on to this short-term rising trend, but I think there's a really good possibility that we might not be able to do that. The Swenlin trading oscillators, these are short-term indicators, and they give us a pretty good picture of when we're going to get reversals, and as well telling me what direction to expect the market to continue in. So Friday, we had some really big spikes on the Swenlin trading oscillators. And in fact, we had the same sort of reaction on our intermediate term indicators. But what I wanted to point out is that, yes, they are in decline, which tells me you're going to see continued downside movement. We're waiting for them to turn. As soon as they turn up, that's when you really are going to be seeing that market low, that market reversal, the pivot point. And you can see right now that these indicators are pretty oversold right now. And this goes back even until January here, where we had that other low. So I will say that we've seen more oversold readings on the Swenlin trading oscillators. You can see it back here. You can see it all the way back here in October and November. So, you know, they are looking oversold, but we really do want to see the turn. Now, when I look at the amount of stocks above their 20-day EMA, this has now reached somewhat oversold territory. I hesitate to call it oversold or extremely oversold simply because we've had readings that were much lower than what we're experiencing right now. Sure, this is short-term oversold territory, but I think we can move lower. We need to see even worse participation, if you will. The momentum on the S&P stocks really looking sickly. 18% as of Friday had rising momentum in the S&P. That's very few. So that definitely is getting into that oversold territory. So let's see, what is the sector to watch? So every Friday in my Decision Point Diamonds report, that's where I do my 10 or more stock picks per week. On Fridays, I do a recap of the picks that I made during the week. And then I do something I call the sector to watch and the industry group to watch. And my sector to watch on Friday, actually I printed my report on Saturday, was energy. And I'm looking pretty smart today so far because energy is the leading sector. One of the reasons I picked energy was because if you look at all of our sector charts, not one of them on Friday had positive momentum, not one S&P sector. Energy had the same reading as the day before. So that was why I picked it, one of the reasons, one of the many reasons, but you know, there's a lot of deterioration. And when you see momentum in every sector moving down, certainly that's bearish. But again, these are some of the signs we're going to look for when we're looking for a bullish reversal. So at this point, energy is still hanging out here below its 50-day EMA, which is not that great. But what you'll see on a lot of these energy charts are reverse head and shoulders. This one's a little bit on the mild side, if you will, because this right shoulder is a little bit, it's not up there too far. But the reverse head and shoulders, of course, is a bullish pattern, and that suggests a breakout above that 50-day EMA. And it looks like that's where we are headed. The RSI is now positive, but mainly when I looked at these sector charts, energy had the most, I would say, bullish looking Silver Cross index. Silver Cross measures how many stocks in the S&P or in XLE in this case, how many of them have their 20-day EMA above their 50-day EMA. And you can see that that has really been steadily improving since mid-August. The BPI, another measurement of participation, shows us with a positive crossover and rising. We can see that we had very oversold readings here on the stocks above their 20 and 50. And at least the ones coming above their 50, that is, or above their 20, that is showing some improvement. But I like the fact that we do have a rising trend here coming out of that August bottom on the stocks above their 50. Golden Cross measures how many stocks within the energy sector have a 50 above their 200. And you can see we have about 86% of those, which is a pretty good number. And what we'll be wanting to watch is to see if this can turn back up. The industry group to watch, oil, equipment, and services. And this is the chart I presented on Friday to my readers. Again, that reverse head and shoulders look. You can see that in this case today, it was already starting to turn up the PMO, but we definitely got that bottom above the signal line, very bullish. You can see the RSI has gone positive, and look at the scooter and the relative strength of this industry group. It's been floundering. It hasn't been the best, but it is starting to increase its relative performance. So I'm liking that. OBV, not seeing too much here. Declining tops isn't usually what you want to see coming out of a bullish pattern, but we still have some time. So now what would be the stock to watch? Well, again, this is kind of tough because today, you know, this area has really popped. And so most of the stocks are actually up, you know, 2, 5, 6, 7%. This one is Oceaneering International. It may look like today's 7.66% could be the end of a rally. But again, that reverse head and shoulders, we have a down sloping neckline, and that is being captured right here. It looks like we're going to trade above that, trigger the pattern. PMO buy signal. You can see excellent, excellent relative strength going on here. And if you're worried it's a runner, if you're worried there's not much left with this big upside move, I would say, nope, you have plenty of upside potential here. If it can get back to its June high, that would be an over 37% move to the upside. All right, my name was Erin Swenlin, and I am with DecisionPoint.com. Do check us out. I do the DP alert, which will give you those charts that I showed you at the beginning. Decision Point Diamonds, which will give you those charts I showed you at the end. These two work very well hand in hand. If you want to try us out for a free week, use the coupon code DP Trial when you're at checkout for the bundle package. You want to try out both of them at the same time and use DP Trial as your coupon code, and you'll be set. And again, this is Erin Swenlin from DecisionPoint.com. Want to thank you for watching your Daily 5.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.